Welcome back to the village of Mordavia, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Quest for Glory 4, Shadows of Darkness. And in the last episode, the brave and gallant Toby, the monster beast thing, sacrificed his life so that the young girl Tanya can be turned back from a hideous undead vampire to a precocious little girl. And at this point, we have done everything, believe it or not, that we possibly can in the game until the plot takes over for us. So we're going to go and while away some time.
You unlock the door to your room and go in.
The reason for this is we are going to be waiting, actually, for a message from Katrina.
After some rest, you feel better.
I will actually do all this off camera and come back when it is time to sleep for the night. Hey folks, we're back a little early there because I came down to get some dinner before starting everything, and it turns out that the gnome friend of ours here, Puny Bones, now that he has his humor restored, he is going to do another comedy routine. So let's check it out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all you others. I'd like to say how glad I am to be here. I'd like to say it. Seriously, folks, staying at the Hotel Mordavia has been like staying at a resort. A last resort. My room is so small, the mice are hunchbacked. I couldn't even complain about the room service. There wasn't any to complain about. And the innkeeper's wife really went out of her way to make me feel at home. She ignored me completely. I wasn't feeling well, so I went out to visit the local doctor. You know, Dr. Cranium. He's the guy with the 3 pairs of glasses, one for nearsightedness, one for farsightedness, and one to look for the other 2. I said to the doctor, my heart keeps making a strange noise. It keeps going tick, tick, tick. Aha, said Dr. Cranium. We have ways of making you talk. Next, I went to visit the local store. If you don't know what's up, then you haven't seen their prices lately. And the shopkeeper, what a gossip. She suffers from acute indiscretion. I dislike repeating gossip, but what else can you do with it? And boy, oh boy, the monsters in this place. If I ever come face to face with a revenant, I know what steps I'd take. Long ones. What would I do if ever I saw a necrotor? Hope it didn't see me. Actually, folks, I'm up here for a good reason. A jester's ambition is to be healthy, wealthy, and wisecracking. If it weren't for my friend the hero over there, I couldn't make a hyena laugh. So, when you've lost your wit, broken your funny bone, and none of your puns are fun, it helps to have a hero handy. You know, that reminds me very little of the story about the gravedigger who was so bored he buried himself in his work. You know, I could tell you some more jokes, but you'd only laugh at them. So long and be good. If you can't be good, then be careful.
The gnome takes a deep bow and gets down off the stage. That's funny, you always thought he got down off a duck. Ha! The townspeople explode into spontaneous applause.
Keep smiling. It makes people wonder what you've been up to. So, was that funny, or are you just keeping your mouth shut?
All right, well, that was a substantially improved routine. Even Jonathan Rhys-Davies tried to get in on the act a little bit. Did I not get my dinner? I forget. So, Punny, what's new?
It's good to have my wit about me again. Nothing worse than someone who can't take a joke or one that tries to tell one and can't. Before you helped me, when I told a joke, people always clapped their hands. Unfortunately, it was always over their ears. Now, whenever I tell a joke, I get carried away. So I'm leaving before they ride me out of town on a nail. A short joke there.
Whoa, that was weird. That was Jonathan Rhys-Davies pretending to be Puny Bones. What?
Did you hear the one about the dwarf who is so dumb, he always stops to think and then forgets to start again? Everything that's said to him goes in one ear and out the other. There's nothing there to block traffic. I can tell dwarf jokes all day, mainly because there are none around to stop me.
Oh good, more racist dwarf humor.
In another minute, I'm gonna say my bye-bye and fly. I'm going south for the winter, down where the nights are balmy, and so am I. Heading for Silmaria, land of winter waterland, where there's no snow nor cold wind to blow. Up here, the winter is so cold, even the wind howls about it.
Now that's important because the final game in the series, Quest for Glory 5, takes place in, you guessed it, Silmaria. Alright, that was fun, but we have game to play. So I don't know if I ate or not. Hopefully I did.
You unlock the door to your room and go in.
But we are going to go to bed.
Well, it's so long, it's been nice to know you. I like you. I have no taste, but I like you. If you ever make it to Silmaria, look me up. I never forget a friend, especially if he owes me money. But seeing as how it's me that owes you one, I'd better get while the going's good. See ya! Don't take any wooden kopecks! So, everyone, I'll leave you with this story. A man runs up to his doctor and says, "Doc, you gotta help me. I keep thinking I'm a goat." The doctor asked, "How long have you had this delusion?" The guy replied, "Ever since I was a kid." Ba-da-boom. That just goes to show ya I'm one bad dude. It's been sheer pleasure here, but I'm gonna take it on the lam and just bleed it. Be seeing you.
Wow, that's the most goat-related jokes I think I've ever heard in one sitting. Alright, oh, really? Seriously?
After some rest, you feel better.
They really, really need a rest until nighttime command. There we go.
You awaken as the sun begins to rise.
Oh, what is that on top of my chest? Why, it looks like a letter, very similar to the ones that have been left for me in the past by Katrina.
The note says, "Meet me at the castle gates tonight. We have much to talk about. Katrina."
Alright, well folks, I'm not going to make you sit through me going and doing all the resting again, but I am going to run and get some more healing potions just in case. And I'll get some breakfast, and I'll do all that off camera. So when I come back, ladies and gentlemen, we will meet Katrina at the castle gates at night.
It's sausage and peppers fried with garlic.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're right outside the castle gates. It is nighttime. Let's go see what Katrina has to say to me.
Unless those not tough enough for the challenge. It comes...
Uh-huh.
Suddenly you have a terrible feeling of peril. You recognize Ad Avis, the evil wizard whom you thought you had killed in Rasair. Somehow, he has returned to life. Thinking back, you recall how Ad Avis once brought you under his control. You realize that you must avoid looking into his eyes at all costs.
How nice of you to come. I'm afraid I accidentally signed the wrong name to your note. It's been ages since we last met. Come here and let me look at you. You have no power against one such as I. Let's play a little game of fox and hound, shall we? I have summoned the hounds of death. Now we shall see whether you've kept up with your running lessons.
Apparently not.
You fool! Did you really believe you could get away from me? I have you now, and you will pay for my death. It is you that caused me to become a vampire. If you had not killed me, I would never be forced to serve the Dark Master again. You probably blame me for all the problems around here, don't you? You understand nothing. The Dark Master is the cause of all the woe that is here. The Dark Master brought you here against my better judgment. The Dark Master made me what I am now, a Nosferatu, and seeks to do the same to you. But I shall spare you that fate. I will mercifully end your miserable existence. Then the Dark Master and I will call forth eternal darkness. and we will no longer be limited to travel at night. Together, my master and I will create an army of undead, and we will conquer the world. Pity you won't be there to witness this. You cannot stop us now. You will never find your way out of this dungeon, and only a stake through the heart or more magic than you will ever have can stop us. You will die, knowing that you were destroyed by the Dark Master. The sun now rises, and I must go to my rest. You too shall rest. I will not allow you the chance to escape your fate, or to use that stake and hammer I torment you with here. Weapons of my destruction so close at hand, and yet so far. Sleep now, great hero. Tomorrow, you die.
You find yourself falling asleep.
He could have just used the door.
You wake up from what you thought was a nightmare, only to discover that it's only too real. You sense the vague impressions of ancient pain and horror in this place. There's also the sense of something dark and very much alive near you, hungering for you.
Huh. Let's go ahead and danger save this. All right. Let's see what we can do here.
You find yourself chained to the platform by your feet.
Yeah, I can see that.
The platform makes it easier to reach prisoners hanging from the ceiling. There are loops set into the rocks in order to attach foot chains. You find yourself chained.
Yeah, I get it. Thanks.
With some effort, you break the rusty chains.
Well, that was easy.
You pick up the heavy hammer and store it in your pack. You take the wooden stake and stake its claim in your pack.
I don't know about you guys, but doesn't this prison break seem a little too easy?
It doesn't budge. Now that you look closely, there does seem to be something a bit odd about the design of the Iron Maiden. You take a deep breath and step inside. You're in a lady's richly decorated bedroom. The coffin, where there should be a bed, seems a bit out of place, but there's no accounting for tastes. You sense deadly danger here, to your body and your soul. Where a bed would normally be is a closed coffin. It is an ornate affair, apparently custom designed for someone who expected to be in and out of it frequently. Only shards remain of the mirror. It appears to have been shattered by a single violent blow. In contrast to the lushness of the other furnishings in this room, the plain desk and chair are obviously functional and frequently used.
Let's see if there's anything in it.
You see some neatly inscribed notes on magical spells, but they're mostly too esoteric for you to understand. In any case, it would be unsafe to spend much time fiddling with the desk. The vampire might awaken at any moment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now this leads me to a little bit of a story, because as I mentioned earlier in this series, I played this game as a young child, and, well, not a young child, but a, medium-aged child, and throughout the game, Katrina was kind of led up to be the love interest of the hero, right? She was very flirtatious and kind to you, and so it's obvious that Ad Avis left you in a state that you could easily break out because he wanted you to get down here and he wanted you to kill her. You don't know why, but he wants her to die. And you have that option. You have a mallet and you have a stake, and you could potentially kill Katrina. But there are some other options for you as well. You could kill her. You can awaken her. You could cop a feel, or you could kiss her. Now, as a young man, it fell upon me to choose what to do, and I decided, as a romantic gesture, because she was so kind, that I would attempt to kiss her. Now, what's funny is that was many, many years ago, and what's funny is because the way things kind of are today, I guess the climate of the United States, that's kind of sexual assault when you really think about it. If a woman's laying down sleeping and you go up and kiss her, I mean, that's not exactly a gentlemanly thing to do. It's not a romantic thing to do, as you would be led to believe because of like Snow White. But regardless, in homage to my youth, as I am playing this game on a nostalgia tour, it's exactly what I'm going to do.
Now's your chance. You lean over the open coffin and kiss Katrina long and hard on the lips. Suddenly you find yourself totally unable to move.
What? What are you doing here? How did you get in here? You dare to kiss me?
Her hair is a little bit wild.
How dare you! You break into my home, steal away my child, kill my servant Toby, and then return to kill me? After I befriended you and helped you. Some hero you are. I should leave you here to rot. I should let the rats gnaw your bones while you hang there. Give me one reason, one excuse why I should not leave you here to die.
Man, she goes from sweet, nice little peasant girl to crazy-ass dominatrix pretty fast. Let's try a couple of these things. Let's tell her about Ad Avis.
You tell her about how Ad Avis brought you here and set you up.
Ad Avis. Yes, that does sound like him. He cannot harm me directly. I am his vampire master, after all. Plotting against me and trying to use you are very much his style. But it was not Ad Avis who stole Tanya from me! You broke into my home and took my child away! Why should I show you any mercy?
Let's just tell her that I love her. Why not?
Liar! You think I am stupid enough to believe you? Love! Ha! You stole from me the only one who ever really loved me! Tanya! Is that how you show your love? Oh, or perhaps you show your love by breaking into my bedroom and attacking me while I am helpless!
You tell her that you only wanted to kiss her, not hurt her.
You have already hurt me. I trusted you. I thought that maybe there was something truly heroic about you. No, nothing. You are just like all men. A liar who will say anything to get what you want. I have decided that I still have a use for you. Alive. If you help me, you may still manage to leave Mordavia without my mark upon you. I want you to seek out the 5 missing Dark One rituals and return to the castle. Together we will summon the Dark One and bring eternal night to this land. You will help me, won't you? Or must I take more drastic measures to assure your obedience?
I guess I'm going to have to agree to help. But first, I want to see what the game's description is of her in this particular state.
Katrina no longer bears any resemblance to the innocent peasant girl who pretended to be your friend. She is now revealed in the full extent of her power and anger.
Can I ask her anything?
The telltale mark of a vampire's victim is the pair of puncture wounds on the throat.
Huh, that makes sense. What about the Dark One?
The Dark One lies dreaming between this world and its own. The Dark One's cave not only is a temple to the Dark One, it is the Dark One, I need the rituals in order to bring the Dark One back into this world.
What about the Eternal Night?
The Dark One will cast the shadow of darkness upon this land. Daylight will never come again. Then I will no longer need to sleep helpless in my coffin. I will no longer be vulnerable to any mere human who seeks to drive a stake through my heart. I truly will be the Dark Master.
Doesn't that seem, I don't know, a little drastic to you?
I can bite your throat and lick your blood until you are vacant. You will then be alive, but under my complete control. However, you would find it difficult to think clearly, and it would take you a long time to heal. You would be very vulnerable to attack from the monsters of the night. Since I do not want you to die just yet, I will restrain myself from caressing your very handsome throat with my teeth. For now, anyway.
Yeah, so I guess that our little on-again, off-again midnight rendezvous relationship has probably come to an end. Ah, well. C'est la vie.
You tell Katrina that you'll do anything at all, if she'll just let you go and not rip your throat out.
Very well. But because I can never completely trust you, I will make certain you carry out my bidding. By my will, I guess thee. Thou shalt seek the heart ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the blood ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the breath ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the bone ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the sense ritual of the Dark One. Return with these rituals ere 3 nights pass, lest ye suffer. Thus is your guess. So go and return with the rituals soon. I would not want you to suffer after all.
I actually have all 3 of them already, or all 5 of them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's that. Katrina went from a nice, lovely young peasant girl to a crazy, insane dominatrix of death and terror, and that's kind of where we find ourselves. So if you reach this point of the game and you do not have the rituals, yes, thank you, you are in some tough times, but I have them all, so I can actually go right back to her, and that's what we'll do in the next episode. So once again, I'm Marcus Aurelius. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.